8 years before the SSOS arrived on Adobe, it was the beginning of the end. The silhouette of an enormous, ravenous space creature cast shadow upon the demolished civilization that once stood here. The planet is a graveyard of skulls and shriveled flora. The life that does remain now stands on its last leg. Not much unites the Adobians these days, yet the people have congregated in an attempt to tear down the force field standing between them and the president of the planet.
Come out here and do something, you coward!
You bastard!
Fuck you!
A mob of vicious protesters are rioting at the gates of a massive, pristine marble mansion. The once-kept yard is now littered with the debris of bullet shells and Molotov cocktails. A towering, burly woman in a sleeveless tuxedo is torching the dead grass with a flamethrower. She spells out the words, "Your time will come," in big, bold, flaming letters. Inside of the house's brutalist foyer is a goofy, long-snouted oaf dressed in a bathrobe and a golden crown. He's nervously pacing back and forth, entirely unsure what to do next.
Oh, what do I do? What do I do?
This is President Dahlia.
Stupid Dahlia! Why can't I do anything right?
Dahlia walks over to his shelves lined with an excessive collection of jewels and expensive vases. He picks up a dusty photograph of himself, happily standing beside a frowning blonde woman cradling an infant with a chaotic twinkle in his eyes. He wipes his hand down his 5 o'clock shadow before lovingly resting his hand on the image of the baby.
I'll find you one day. I promise.
An entire cinder block suddenly crashes through the window. Dahlia drops the photograph to the ground, causing it to shatter to pieces. Without thinking, the president pushes a shelf, revealing a metal bunker door. He sloppily ties his robe and slinks down a dark staircase. Just as Dahlia vanishes into the dark, there's a sudden flash of blue light in the foyer where he once stood. The silhouette of a dashing elderly cat burglar in a black jumpsuit gradually appears like a ghost. At her side is a grappling hook, and in her hand an empty burlap sack. The woman is nimble for her age, the pinnacle of health. She hastily snags all the shiny valuable objects on the shelves with methodical speed, quickly calculating what's worth a dime and what isn't. Once her sack is brimming with valuables, she whips out a walkie-talkie, preparing to call for her getaway teleporter. But, before she does, her eye catches the golden twinkling frame of the shattered photograph on the ground. She lifts it, taking a moment to observe a younger President Dahlia. She spits on the image of the president in disgust before redirecting her attention to the baby in the photograph. Being that this baby is the offspring of the president, she feels an automatic but perhaps undeserving hatred for this child. If she were ever to meet this boy, she just knew she would have trouble embracing his chaotic, blizzard-like antics.
Gem, the mob is about to ransack the mansion. I need to teleport you out of there now. Have you cleaned the place out?
Clean as a whistle. Get me out of here, Barry. In a flash of blue light, Gem Dreamweaver vanishes. Hello, strange creatures, and welcome to the Universe Ball Podcast, an anthology podcast where we make and play tabletop role-playing games so stupid, so absurd, you have to hear it. I'm the voice in your head, Dylan said, and this energy is completely and utterly insincere. I may not know how to podcast, but I sure know how to scream.
Hello, my name is Sami Jarbouh. I'm a tabletop roleplayer future educator, and I play Blizzard Boy, the mischievous 12-year-old wildcard of the group who ran away from a suburban life to have fun and do crime.
What's up, gamers? I'm Ryan Fahed, minor, and I play the most experienced member of the group, Barry Tartman, an earnest con man who's committed to a life of crime.
And I'm Daniel Williams. I play Todd Zodd Mclodd, a young intern who just found out that his summer internship is, in fact, a group of thieves.
What you're about to hear is 4 friends playing their way through a story-based campaign and just generally fucking around. If that sounds like your thing, consider subscribing. If not, I'm outside your window. The last we saw the 3 of you, you were in search of maps of the SSOS, which would lead you to the valuable fuel of the ship. After meeting Jiff Bop, the gift shop shopkeeper who was in possession of these maps, your crew attempted a heist on his little stand with the help of Quibble the thief. Just when things were going well, Quibble betrayed your crew and kidnapped Todd, only for Todd to realize that he is not an intern at a resource management company, but rather a criminal and a dangerous crew of thieves. With a knife to his heart, Todd was able to negotiate and convince Quibble into letting him go with the maps. Todd has now seemingly committed to a life of crime and gained the respect of his gang. At this very moment, you are all standing in the ship's lounge celebrating Todd's surprising victory.
Can we just give a big round of applause for Todd? Nice work, Todd.
Yeah, well, you know.
Todd just again nervously rubs the tag on the back of his head.
So we need to head towards the lower decks.
Last time there was a hatch under that one statue, right, of Captain Flash, I think?
Yeah. When Todd pushed the golden statue of Captain Flash, it revealed a floor hatch that has like a ladder that leads down into a glass tunnel. And this is like a maintenance tunnel that'll lead to the skypool deck on the other half of the ship.
Barry's going down first. He's holding onto the sides of the ladder and sliding down.
Todd is unable to get a good grip and just falls.
and then I want to front flip down the hatch and not use the ladder at all.
Okay. You guys climb down the ladder, and it's this glass hallway that leads off the ship into outer space and around and back to the other half. And so it literally feels like you're walking through space right now. And in doing so, you could see the ruins of your fallen galaxy. And you spot your crumbled home, the once powerful Adobe, continuing its cycle around the sun as if you hadn't left.
Wow.
So, Todd, how does it feel to be a fully fledged criminal?
Yeah, Todd.
I wanted to help people redistribute resources, but, stealing resources is also pretty fun.
I had no faith in you whatsoever, but you really pulled through. I feel like you're becoming part of the gang.
Oh, yeah, just born to be a criminal, Always have been. So, how did you guys get into this life of crime?
Well, I've been in crime since I was around Blizzard Boy's age. Jem pretty much raised me. I owe her everything. Once we buy Jem that heart, I might finally settle down. Quit crime.
Settle down? Why would you ever want to settle down? Home life is just so boring, Like your real mom is always on your ass, telling you to go to school, to stop picking fights, and your dad's like gone. But Jem's been the best things ever happened to me. I feel sorry for you, Barry. Once we get that money and buy Jem a heart, I'm gonna use it to hire my own gang, and I'm gonna keep stealing things forever.
Barry just kind of looks slightly disappointedly at Blizzard Boy, but like in a way that he won't notice.
Todd looks very, inspired by Blizzard Boy and hopes he does notice.
I don't notice either of y'all. Adobe is my real home. Even though it's destroyed, it still lives on in here. He pats his heart.
Yeah, but it's really destroyed. I mean, it's gone.
Yeah, it's pretty uninhabitable.
Yeah, I don't have anywhere to live.
Just kind of stands there awkwardly for a second.
Completely devastated.
Do you think, where do you think we're gonna end up?
Absolutely ravaged.
Who knows where this spaceship is taking us?
So you guys climb up a ladder at the end of the glass tunnel, and you open a hatch that's been placed directly on top of a shuffleboard court. Literally, as your head is popping up, a shuffle puck just hits Barry in the skull.
Ow.
Once you all climb out of the hatch, you find yourself in an enormous, vast community deck. This area is extremely crowded. This is where all of the fun is. On the south wall is an Olympic-sized pool filled not with water, but a deep blue sky with dynamic weather and clouds. People are jumping off of a high diving board into the sky pool, where they hover over the top as if flying. Across the pool on the north wall are two broken escalators that lead up to a balcony with a pink neon sign labeled Mood Tanning Booth.
Here I thought we were in some off-limits place already. It's just a pool, man.
Okay, so Barry's gonna look at these maps.
So the map of the skypool deck shows that there's a staircase that leads down into the deck below, and that's inside of the escape pod bay. Now, to reach the escape pod bay, you'll have to use the fire exit inside of a room called the God Spa.
The God Spa.
Well, I guess we gotta go to the God Spa then.
So, past 6 marble pillars at the end of the room are a pair of double doors which are labeled God Spa. And as you walk there, you just see the people are kind of avoiding this area. No one even wants to look at this room.
Can I tap someone on the shoulder who's close enough to be actively looking away from it?
Okay, you tap on a lady with an eye patch's shoulder as she's walking by.
Hey, you tap on my shoulder?
Do you know what this God Spa is all about?
She just tugs at the collar of her shirt and she's like,
You don't want to go in there.
and then she limps away as fast as she can.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but this God Spa seems pretty exciting.
Now let's check this place out.
So you open the doors to the God Spa and you step into this decadent marble-floored spa. But Before you can even take it all in, 4 robots twice your size with giant ribbed mallets for hands rush towards you, aggressively swinging their vibrating arms. As they charge at you, they shout, "Please forgive us for the unethical behavior to come." Barry, roll dexterity.
So they're attacking me?
Yeah. So a robot slams you against the wall, and it's like vibrating arm, like pushing it towards your head very slowly, and it's like trying to stop itself is what it looks like. It's like, I'm so sorry, please kill me. They look like just like buff, like metal men, just like shirtless masseuses, but like it's just the torso, and at the bottom it's just wheels. Like, please, we do not want to do this. You are too weak to kill us. You need weaponry. Destroy us.
Hey, fuck off, robot! I'm kicking one in the face. Oh, cool, I got a 3.
Robot slams its vibrating arm into your like calf. You could feel your muscle like literally coming off of the bone.
Oh God.
We gotta get out of here.
I have an ability called Shifty Guy, which allows me to get +2 dex when escaping a tight spot. Would this apply?
Barry just like happens to be lotion on the wall that someone just like splatted there, and you're able to like slip out before he like jams the vibrating mallet into you, and it leaves a dent on the wall.
Oh my God.
That's a violation of the ship's rules.
I know, kill me.
So Blizzard Boy is pinned to the wall, right?
Yeah, his bones are starting to like crunch.
My God. I'm gonna try and pull Blizzard Boy out of its grasp. That is a 9.
Yeah, so as you're like pulling it out, the vibrating arm like pushes closer into the wall, and you hear just a snap.
Yikes.
Yeah, Blizzard Boy's leg breaks, but he's free.
I'm gonna pull him out, and I want to see if I can grab Todd with my tail and just get out of the room. That is a 21.
Yeah, so you grab Blizzard Boy by the collar and start dragging him, and then you grab Todd's leg with your tail, and you just soldier out of there. As you guys are escaping, you trudge past a locked sauna door with the words, "Keep out my territory," spray painted over it. From behind the door, you just hear the maniacal cackling of an Adobean man, and he's just shouting things like, "Get out of my spa! This is my spa!"
Yeah, Barry's gonna ignore that for now. He's just gonna continue dragging Blizzard Boy and Todd out of the room.
We'll have to worry about that later.
So you ignore the sauna right now, and just through gritted teeth, you're dragging Blizzard Boy and Todd out of there. And just before the robots catch up to you, you get out of the door. You need to find weapons on this ship and kill us!
It's broken. Oh God, it's my leg.
I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna see what I can to like just try and treat the wound, because what does it look like?
His knee is bent the opposite way from his joint.
Oh, Todd just whips out his meme notebooks. He's like, here, maybe this will make you feel better. And he just opens to a random page, and it shows a cat giving a thumbs up, and it says, "Break a leg."
Does that make you feel better, Blizzard Boy?
So I want to use my ability Trick Up Your Sleeve, which says you can make up an item and reveal that you've had it all along, and it's used in dire situations. And I pull out what would help for a broken leg?
A doctor?
What if you could, like a splint, I think is it's called? A splint? Ah, yes, a splint. That's what I want. Barry, I trust you, because even though you broke my leg, which I feel like is a little bit unnecessary, you did save me, and it was pretty cool. So I trust you to put the splint on me.
You can borrow my duct tape.
Barry, is there any reason you would know how to do this?
No. That is a 17.
Yeah, you easily tie a stick to his leg.
Thank you, Barry.
You're still in extreme pain. There's no reason you would.
Well, now you can walk.
Sick, I can walk.
Guys, we got our ass kicked pretty hard back there.
You said
No
it.
kidding.
I mean, the map says to go through that way, right?
Yeah, but we'll need some firepower.
Too bad all the weapons on the ship were confiscated by the security bots.
Okay, who do we know who has weapons?
I don't know, but all this thinking is making me hungry. I could really go for some spaghetti.
Todd.
Or maybe some soup.
Great idea, Todd. We'll go talk to Soup. He let me borrow his gun earlier.
Fuck yeah, Barry.
So I'm gonna take Todd and the broken-legged Blizzard Boy back to the maintenance hatch and just to the other side of the ship.
So you guys climb down the maintenance hatch and cross back through the glass hallway until you arrive at the infinite buffet. You walk in, and he's finally finishing up his plate of spaghetti. It's like the last noodle, and he slurps it up.
Hey, Soup.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Soup. Remember that time you let me borrow your gun? Can I do that, but again?
I don't know about that. I need this for a job I'm gonna do eventually.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just sort of taking a break right now. I'm on my lunch break. I'll get to it eventually.
You seem like the procrastinating type.
I'm on a deadline just like you guys. I can't be giving away my bread and butter. Why don't you guys just go get your own weapons?
How do we do that?
You could just go talk to Sweetie Swooter. I got my weapons from the Duddel Pa gang.
Who's Sweetie Swooter?
You know, she's the big buff lady, sleeveless tuxedo. I mean, she's always at the theater.
Oh, she was, nice.
Do you think you can introduce us maybe? Because I don't think she was too hot about us last time we talked to her.
Sure. I mean, I'll do it later.
Soup, come on, Soup. Our friend Todd here, he's fresh in the crime game. He has never held a gun in his life.
Yeah, we're trying to make him a fully fledged criminal.
I just want to give him the experience of holding a gun to someone's forehead and fucking blowing his brains out. Right, Todd?
Yeah, I totally want to just, feel blood on my hands.
Soup almost looks like he's having an emotion. He's moved by the idea of a young go-getter getting into the business.
Call it my good deed for the day, but I guess I could take a break from my break and help you guys out.
We appreciate the help, Soup.
And I just kind of pat him on the back.
All right, follow me.
Let's do this thing.
I'll introduce you to Miss Swooter.
So you enter the procedurally generated theater, and the robots on stage, this time they're performing a randomly generated stage play about... this one is just an audience suggestion improv show. Can I get a location?
Adobe.
Can I get a profession, please?
Chiropractor.
Oh god, there's a giant monster destroying my planet. My job is completely unrelated. Sweetie Swooter's in the back of the theater still, and she's playing with the matches. So, Sweetie, how's it going? How are you doing? Why are you here? Why'd you come back? I thought I sent you out to kill Cup the Clunk. I'm on it. I'm gonna get it done eventually if you just give me a second. I brought these guys here. These three doofuses.
Hi.
Why did you come back here? They're wanting some weapons. If you just give them a chance here, I'm sure there'll be some good goons doing whatever you need done. Is this true? You came to work for me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
We're a hardened bunch of criminals who do bad things.
You heard Todd.
Take a seat for a second. Sit with me. Sit.
I sit.
You want me to sit? Sit. Soup just quickly quickly shuffles into a seat. So she's gonna take her arm and she's gonna put her bicep in front of her and just flex. On it, there's a little tattoo of Duddel Pa, the creature that destroyed your planet. You see this right here? This is what you need to get into my crew. You gotta earn this tattoo. Are you willing to earn it?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you all feel about President Dahlia? Most people on Adobe, majority people, hate President Dahlia. Most people despise him. Soup is immediately oh god, I fucking hate that guy. Guy's an idiot.
His gross ineptitude in the distribution of our remaining resources is one of the reasons that so many people on Adobe died.
Oh yeah, that guy's the worst.
How about you, 8-year-old? What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I'm 12, so I don't really know all the political stuff. Yeah, I don't care.
Sounds like you guys might be what I'm looking for, because I'm looking for some goons to kidnap the president.
Kidnap it? Yeah, I did that last week.
Once I get my hands on that piece of shit, I'm gonna show him hell. I'm gonna scoop out his eyeballs and play pool with them. I'm gonna burn his asshole with acid. I'm gonna cut up his limbs and turn them into sausages. I hate him!
So do I?
Yeah, yep.
So bring him back, gift wrapped, tied up, and then I'll give you one of these tattoos, and I'll let you into my crew. And only once you're in my crew will I give you the weapons. All of you guys are just really terrified, shaking, and as Sweetie's intensely threatening you guys. And Soup, meanwhile, is just really invested in the show. He's oh wow.
So are we actually gonna kidnap the president? Or was that more of a figure of speech?
Well, Todd, it's our only chance at getting the weapons.
Actually, maybe we can find weapons somewhere else.
Like where?
Barry, here's the thing. We don't even need weapons, okay? I've been studying karate, like, almost my whole life, so I think we can handle it without freaking guns and stuff.
Blizzard Boy, your leg?
Okay, yeah, it's broken, but, like, all this politics stuff, kind of boring if you ask me. I mean, really, kidnapping the president? Lame.
Crime isn't supposed to be fun, and we can't save Jem without any weapons.
It's Todd's first day as an official criminal. Maybe we could do something more at his speed?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm not scared of kidnapping the most prominent and important political figure on our planet.
Look, I just feel like this would be... It's kind of an awkward situation for me, personally.
I think I know what's going on here.
I don't think you do.
Barry kind of takes a knee in front of Blizzard Boy.
I remember when I was your age, always angry and questioning authority. Puberty can be a confusing time.
No, Barry, stop. And I'm uncomfortable as Sammy and
Blizzard Boy. For Ryan giving me a puberty talk.
But this isn't the time, Blizzard Boy. Jem is depending on us, so we need you to put on your big boy pants and keep it together.
I'm really uncomfortable.
We're kidnapping the president.
I remember puberty. Oh, my voice was so annoying back then.
Hang on, y'all. Wait. I need to go tie my shoes in the corner over there real quick.
But you don't wear shoes.
Huh? All right. I want to use the ability trick up your sleeve again and reveal a pair of untied shoes.
Todd is a little suspicious, but oh well.
All right. So Blizzard Boy is gonna quickly limp over to a corner somewhere where no one else can hear him, and he's gonna pull his walkie-talkie. Hey, Jim. Can I get your advice for a second?
Blizzard Boy, what are you guys doing right now?
Well, we're trying to get weapons because we have to, take out some robots. So we joined the Duddel Pa gang, and we're trying to do a mission with them where we, steal the president and all that, kidnap him and stuff.
So what exactly is the problem here? Sounds like Christmas.
Look, I'm 12. I just don't want to kidnap the president.
You don't want to kidnap you know that fucking asshole? You know what he did?
People always say, what he did. We don't know what he did.
We'll live in what he did. What the hell is wrong with you? The crew is trying to pull off a heist here, and you're just fucking around.
I just didn't want to kidnap him.
Well, it's not up to you. You took this job. You're gonna do what you have to do.
Jam.
What? What are you gonna say to me? Because you better have a good fucking excuse, Blizzard Boy.
President Dahlia, he's my dad.
Sorry, what?
Like, I'm pretty sure he and my mom, they, kissed, and then they, got married, and so that meant that, they had me.
I knew I didn't really like you, and I'd never really to put my finger as to why.
Okay. Okay, Jim,
Are you not gonna kidnap him?
If we kidnap him, I'd turn him in. It seemed like they were gonna, torture him and stuff, and so I felt like maybe I shouldn't kidnap him, that's how I felt.
I'm not gonna ask you to torture your father. Listen, Blizzard Boy, maybe this is a good thing. A child your age, needs a parent, he needs a father, and I know you see me as a mother figure, but let's face it, I have a bias in that I dislike you.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Yeah.
And this is no line of work for a child, and perhaps you should reconnect with your father.
Like what? Like leave the game?
I feel like I owe you that much, Blizzard Boy, for all you've done and all the shit you put up with. This is a dangerous game you're playing, Blizzard Boy. Do you really want to grow up like me? Or Barry? Is this the life you want? You have a choice here, Blizzard Boy. It's either your father or me. But you can't have both.
I sort of just stare at the ground for a while, not really sure what to do.
Blizzard Boy, are you coming? We need to go to the sky pool deck to search for Dahlia.
Yeah, I'm right behind you guys.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for listening to the Universe Ball podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to give us a 5-star review. It helps a ton. and we'd really like to keep doing this. And anything less than 5 does not help, unfortunately. Wink wink. If you'd like to play the SSOS yourself, you could find a copy on drivethroughrpg.com. Just look up Universe Ball Anthology in the SSOS, and we also have some fun one-shots that you could download for free. Blizzard Boy is played by Sami Jarbouh, who co-created the original game with me back in 2020. Barry Tartman is played by Ryan Fahed, and Todd Zodd Mclodd is played by Daniel Williams. I've been your editor, your game master, and the voice in your head, Dylan Asad, and I'll see you next episode. So long, strange creatures.